Request of 42 person web on you. I never won. Try lose you, try them up on me.
Wait, I want to ask a question. Why is it that anytime South Africa want to play with Ghana, 99.9 we vouch that South Africa with Ghana? Why? Even if it has happened before, that you people just believe, you just predict that South Africa will win Ghana. Even if these two are two haters of Nigeria, you guys know all the online battle that these three countries have been in, but especially these two, they don't like Nigeria at all, most of them. But still yet, I want to say congratulations to Egg Nation, to Ghana, and shame on South Africa, like big shame, like seriously. Firstly, one of you got injured. At least, if not for anything, you would have used that like kind of revenge, like a payback, like because of one of your team got injured. Despite I heard that a surgery is being done and so it was successful, good and all right. But you would have played well, you understand, to give that victory to your own people, to your country. But no, you allow Ghana to beat you, ordinary Ghana to beat you. And I think that Ghana, they purposely lost to Morocco. Yes, because Ghana was avoiding Nigeria, and I wanted it to be so. I wanted it to be so. In fact, it paid me. I wanted Ghana and Nigeria to play so that we go show them something. So I think that Ghana, you purposely lost to Morocco to face South Africa instead of Nigeria. But anyway, congratulations to you. Don't mind me. I'm so happy for Ghana. Even if it's South Africa that win, I'm still very, very happy. Next one will come, and I pray that South Africa, you do well, because I'm even seeing videos. You look as if you guys are declining. People are saying people are going down. What is happening? It paid me ahead, though I did predict that. But once again, congratulations to Egg Nation. It's not as if it's a big deal. In as much you could not get to the final to win against Nigeria. So my congratulations is part of my match. Congratulations.
Oh my God, South Africa, what happened? Why did you allow Ghana to win you? I wanted you to win that third place for Gabriela, your injured player. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. Huh? What went wrong? You allowed Ghana to possess the ball from the beginning of the match almost to the end of the match. Where was the fire? Where was the zeal? Oh, I wish you guys won it for Gabriela yesterday. Anyway, congratulations to Ghana, although I didn't want you guys to win it. But it is what it is. Nigeria, I beg you, don't fall our hand though. They go laugh us, so you don't see now Ghana. They are waiting for us.
So Ghana managed to win South Africa.
This man!
In this WAFCON to hold on to the bronze medal. Congratulations to them. But South Africa, when I found my hands, I was looking for the opportunity to to do well with Ghana. But obviously, Ghana knew that this was coming to them, so they decided to win. They knew that that we are going to come against them if they did not win this match, just the same way they had to lose from Morocco. So they decided to win this time around, so that they won't forget the hot cake and the hot most Nigerians. So big congratulations to them. But South Africa on not try at all. You guys no try for me. But any which way, it's a good thing. We love you all. It's nice to know that we are pushing on.
South Africans, honestly, I was supposed to fight with you people today. I was supposed to banter you people today because you people lost to Ghana. You understand? I was supposed to destruction you people today. But I can't. And I won't do it. You know why? Because I know that your players are still traumatized on what happened to Sagado. They are still traumatized. If you look at even the way they were praying today, they were praying in a very, very confused way. Their style of football actually changed. Honestly, the way they were praying against Nigeria before the injury is not the same way they were playing today. You understand? Even when you look at the way they were playing Nigeria before Sagado got the injury, they were playing strong and they were the favorites to win. But when Sagado got that injury and they became traumatized, they started playing confused. And your players also today, they were confused. They were very, very confused today. And Ghana took advantage of it. If you look at even today, you people had an own goal. When was the last time you people heard that South Africa had an own goal. When? That's how confused they are. But either the way, we want to say thank God because Sagado, she's fine. According to what I heard, she's fine and she's getting stronger. So may God grant her quick healing. Don't cry, my people from Pap Republic. Don't cry. Ekas concussion you people today. One love.
You know, eras don't end loudly. You're not going to see an era end with a 5-0 loss. It's not going to be a random Tuesday when you wake up and you no longer have it. It's a gradual thing. And what I'm afraid of with Banyana is that we are starting to see the signs of that gradual decline. What I'm afraid of with Banyana is that they've had an advantage for so long that we have not clearly prepped for what might happen when things end. We have not clearly prepped for what might happen when, you know, Tembi can't play anymore, when Jermaine retires. Because like I said in the beginning, eras end quietly. If you watch the first game versus Ghana, you'll realize that even though it was a 2-0 win, Ghana hit the post twice from crossing opportunities. When you watch the game that we drew, I believe it was versus Tanzania, you see some of the lights. When you play versus Nigeria and you lose that game, you start to see that maybe we should be preparing for what comes next, and maybe we haven't prepared as much for what would be coming now. You know, you look at Banyana and a lot of the losses feel like deja vu. They feel like I've seen this before. I've seen high balls come into the box, not be dealt with. I've always called it the button, where I say that, guys, if you're playing versus Banyana, it's very, very difficult to play versus Banyana. It's so hard to dictate the game because they're so good at holding the ball and rotating the ball. They may not be dangerous in their rotation, but that back five, Abu Juice, are comfortable to play the ball, to hold the ball. And if you try play versus South Africa, Banyana, you are going to come out second best. But every team now knows the button. Once you have been outplayed by Banyana for a specific time, a lot of teams will come into the second half and go, let's just start crossing this ball. Ghana started going wide and putting in crosses. And that is how they get the equalizer. That is how there was some warning shots that were fired before that. Now, when I say an era might be coming to an end, it's because Banyana was so good at a point that there were only a handful of teams in the world and a handful of teams in Africa, if not one, that could take advantage of that. The reason why Nigeria could beat South Africa was that Nigeria was always better.
Congratulations to the Black Queens of Ghana for getting third place in the WAFCON 2024 tournament after coming back to equalize 1-1 in the second half and then going on to win at penalties against the Banyana. See, I am very happy today because I said our Queens are going to be ready for the Banyana today. You know, in the first match, they scored 2-0 against us and we had no chance in the game. But this time, our Queens were ready and then they proved that they are ready for this game. And then they won. You know, we're even supposed to win with the last action of the game, but unfortunately, it went against the crossbar. And then fortunately for us, we won with penalties. You know, but during the penalty shootout, we had the retake. And then I felt like, you know, the South African team, they also deserved the retake. But I don't know what happened there. And then I don't know what happened with the referee. But anyway, I'm happy that we won. Because, you know, since 2016, this is the first time we are even qualifying from the group stage. So for our Queens to even achieve this feat, it's a big deal for us. It's a big deal for them. You know, they've really done well. And I'm super, super proud of them. So yeah, I'm very happy that we got third place at least. We missed out in the finals, but we got the third place. We got bronze. So yeah, I'm very happy for our ladies. I'm very happy for our Queens. And then my standout players for the Black Queens in this tournament are Alice Kusi, Bosu Chewa, Mafo, and also Chantel. You know, these players, they did very well. They deserve massive credit and then massive recognition. And also the goalkeeper, Conlan. You know, they did very, very well. So yeah, massive congratulations to the Black Queens once again for achieving this feat after 9 years. Bro, it's not easy. They've really done very well, and I'm super, super proud of them. So now we wait for the finals between Nigeria and Morocco. Bro, see, Nigeria, you guys need to do me this favor. 5-0. I want 5. 5 for 7. You 5 is okay. Just 5. So yeah, I'll be back with that update as well.
Hey, South Africa was, defeated at the third place WAFCON. I've always supported Ghana because honestly, they are my brothers. I feel so sorry for South Africa because you guys are our supporters, but again, Ghanaians are our brothers. So I have always supported them and I'm happy. The match was actually, interesting, unlike what we saw during the group stage when South Africa beat Ghana. But again, we moved to the penalties and there was another drama. The South African keeper forgot her line. She chose to overstep her line, and then Ghanaians were given another opportunity. In fact, it was just their day. It was their day. Nothing works against them. Since we saw them scoring and the way they played, during the actual match, they did very fantastic, and they deserved it. South Africa to deserve it to come this far. They were the defending champions. They really deserved, they really deserve the kudos for hard work.
First of all, Ghana defeated South Africa on penalties to win the bronze medal. So the game ended 1-1. No extra time were played, and it went to penalties. And Conlan Cynthia, the Ghana goalkeeper, made 2 saves, which made Ghana to win the bronze medal. I'm not sure they wanted the bronze medal when they were going, but as it stands now, they will take it like that. Considering the fact that the government does not invest a lot in women's football, and also the fact that Kim Lass just took over after Nora went to Zambia, it's good. It's good. We will take it like that. In South Africa, they were the defending champions, but they came fourth this time around. And in other news, the Africa Arm Wrestling Championship is going on in Abuja. And in the first of the competition, which is the day one of the competition, Ghana won 24 medals, 11 gold, 11 silver, 2 bronze. And I'm sure Ghanaians are very conversant with them what they did at the All African Games. So they won 24 medals on the first day. Yes, the first day that the competition started, Ghana won 24 medals. So it has been a fairly good day for Ghanaians. The arm wrestling team is doing well. The Black Queens has also come home with bronze and I think $320,000.
Omo, it is official. The Black Queens of Ghana are the bronze medalists of this tournament. Omo. For the Bayanas of South Africa, what a disappointing day. Make it make sense. What has happened to this crop of players and the team these past 2 matches? Because this is the same side that met Ghana 2 weekends ago. And today, you don't choke. They have scored 10 goals and you begin to wonder what has happened. What a time. This is the losers' final and they were not able to win the match. But then, to the Black Queens, go and celebrate. It is your time. You have played the maximum number of games in this tournament and you have played the highest minutes of this tournament. Go and celebrate. For the entire South African squad, you have also done well. What a tournament. What a blessing you guys are to Africa as a continent.
So it's bronze medal for Ghana at the WAFCON, beating South Africa in the 3rd place game. And I think it's been a good tournament for the Ghana girls. They were not part of the top 4 in this WAFCON for most people, but then they made all the opponents look very ordinary for certain parts of all the games they played, mainly because of a fearless attitude and also aggressive pressing. This is a team that really worked hard and maybe they should have scored more goals and possibly even be in the final. But with a young team of 20 debutants and getting a bronze medal, I think it's a good outcome for Ghana, especially in preparing for the next WAFCON, where these players would have been more experienced by then to become fierce competitors.
All Black Queens of Ghana, they have actually won the bronze medal in the ongoing WAFCON. I mean, tonight, Ghana impressed me. They outplayed South Africa from the beginning of the game to the end. I mean, that error from Kolan in the first half actually caused them. They are supposed to win this game, not even going to penalties. But luckily for them, the game went to the penalties and they got the win. I mean, Ghana today, you guys played so well. It was actually nice seeing Ghana outplay South Africa in a women football game. I mean, today I was impressed with Ghana. They really played well today. I mean, even you guys have been playing like this all through the tournament, you would have actually qualified in the previous round. But most times, you guys are just unlucky. I mean, if you can record that 9 minute miss by that number 9, it was so annoying. 9 minute chance, just score it and kill this thing. You miss it. But anyhow, Kolan in this tournament has been one of the best keepers. Today, he actually had his bad night. Gifted South Africans the goals, and luckily for them, they came back in the second half and got the equalizer. Congrats to Ghana for actually winning the bronze medal in the WAFCON. And tomorrow is the final between the Nigerians and you know who now. So tomorrow we'll get the game, we'll get the win. Let's just go to that game. Morocco, you guys are home, but we'll come there in the future and we'll take the trophy home. Tomorrow, Super Falcons will do it. Yeah.
Ghana 1, South Africa 1, with Ghana prevailing 4-3 on a penalty shootout. The Black Queens of Ghana are the bronze medalists at the WAFCON 2025 tournament, with Banyana having to settle for 4th place. It was a very, very good game, despite the fact it was, you know, almost a bit of a glorified friendly. Nobody really likes to play in the 3rd place playoff because obviously you'd prefer to be in the final, but both teams were up for it. I will say, on the balance of play, despite it being quite a close game, I will say Ghana probably deserved to edge it based on how the game actually played out. A lot more of the chances fell to the Ghanaians than they did for South Africa. Doris Boadua had a big chance that was over in the 15th minute. Alice Kusi again had a decent header from a corner about 23 minutes in. I think Ghana really found their footing actually with a lot of the crosses and aerial threat. They sort of pinpointed a weakness in that South Africa backline and kept trying to exploit it. Who else had a decent chance? Susan Dua had a chance again from a corner that was saved by Andile Dlamini in the 43rd minute. And Boy Huloka had a shot from the halfway line, which almost crept its way into the back of the net. She was offside, unfortunately, on that occasion. But if you ever needed a perfect representation of what it's like to root for Ghana in international football, it is basically being in complete control of a game, being the better team in a game, and then conceding a goal in the most ridiculous ways that you can possibly imagine. South Africa's real only chance of the first half fell right at the stroke of half-time when a back pass to Cynthia Conlon got trapped underneath her feet. She just couldn't really clear her lines, and in a weird sort of way, she kind of passed it to Nonhlana Matandi, the midfielder for South Africa. I've butchered that name, I do apologise. But yes, Matandi got the goal essentially with a tap-in. Pressure from Seo Basenwa caused Conlon to panic, and South Africa got gifted a goal, 1-0 at the half-time whistle. Ghana looked like they were going to be up to their usual tricks of playing well, but not getting the result that they deserved. But it wasn't to be on this occasion. They found their form in the second half. A few substitutes. Evelyn Badu was great as she came on. She had a headed chance just over in the 56th minute. There was an unfortunate incident where Comfort Yaboa had to be stretchered off. We've had a few people who've had nasty injuries in this tournament. I hope she's okay. I hope it's just sort of a precautionary one. But yeah, she had to be taken off just before the hour mark as well. Badu again with another headed chance in the 66th minute. They were really trying with the crosses and the headed chances, and eventually it paid off for Ghana as Alice Kusi got on the end of a cross. It was a bit of a deflected one. It was almost sort of like behind her, and it wasn't the cleanest of efforts, but it looped over Andile Dlamini, clipped the underside of the post and sort of bobbled over the line. It has been credited as a Dlamini own goal. I think that's a little bit harsh, but yeah, it is what it is. Ghana won't care. 1-1 on the night. Princella Abudea had a decent chance as well in the 76th minute. The only chances of note for South Africa that I've got really are Rafilo Jane had a free kick that was blocked. She already scored a free kick in the tournament, so yes, she would have been close had it not been blocked via the wall. And Bambanani Umbane, the captain for South Africa, who's been brilliant all tournament, she had a real good chance to score in the 83rd minute, but the biggest chance of them all fell in the 95th minute. Evelyn Badu found herself one-on-one with the goalkeeper, a chance to win it for Ghana right at the end of regulation, another heartbreaking finish for South Africa potentially, and she hits the post. It wasn't to be for her on that occasion. She was devastated by the full-time whistle. We're going to penalties, and we knew that the goalkeepers were going to be the heroes in this one. Both goalkeepers were heroes in their own penalty shootouts in previous rounds, Cynthia Conlon and Andile Dlamini. And that was the case in this one as well. The South Africa actually did put the ball in the back of the net 3 times. Motlalo, Mbane, and Seo Pesenwa scored their penalties. But the big saves for Cynthia Conlon came from Holwaney and Magaya. Hilda Magaya, who's been great all tournament, but she missed her penalties. But both were bad penalties, in fairness. Cynthia Conlon did well to save them. It started off well for South Africa. They saved Chantel Boy-Clarker's penalty, the first one, and then Alice Kusi, Josephine Bonsu, and Kujo for Ghana actually missed her penalty. It was saved by Andale Dlamini, but the referee adjudged her to be off the line, and Kujo tucks away the retake of all things. So that goal actually counted in the end, and the winning penalty came from Ghana's Nancy Amo to put them 4-3 ahead. Game over. Third place finish for Ghana in this one, which will be an incredible achievement given the fact that the last few WAFCONs, Ghana have either failed to qualify or failed to get out of the knockout rounds. They really have struggled as of late, so a huge step forward for Ghanaian football. Banyana, you've been excellent in this tournament. It's a shame you couldn't get to the final to either retain or defend your title. I'm sure you'll be back in the next tournament. You are very difficult to beat, and I've been very impressed with you. And that's it. Only one game left to go now. It's tomorrow's final, and I cannot wait for it. Follow me for more Women's African Cup of Nations 2025 content.